Good morning, everyone. Today we will be discussing about the topic why do some people find it hard to save money? So, candidate A, what is your opinion about this topic?
In my opinion, one of the reasons that some people find it hard to save money because poor budgeting. This is because these people tend to spend more money rather than save it for later usage. For example, to spend on their daily expenses. For instance, they be hanging out with their friends and spending a lot of money. Later on, they'll be regretting their decision on spending those money rather than save it to be used later on for their daily expenses. To sum up, these people should have a better discipline and follow the budget that has been set by themselves to have a better way of saving money. Candidate B, do you have anything to say about this topic?
Excuse me, may I interrupt? I would like to add on candidate A topic about poor budgeting. Poor budgeting also makes someone lose track on their expenses and their expenditure. Therefore, they will tend to overspend and eventually become broke or have no money to save. So, candidate B, you may continue now.
So another reason why most people find it is hard to save money is because of the low salary. As we know, the minimum salary in our country is 1,500 ringgit, and many of youngsters are working in low skill, but that is only paid with this minimum salary. And as we know, as an example, you need to pay house rent. That is the average house rent in our country is around 600 to 1,000 and more in urban areas, and is almost not enough to maintain your lifestyle, maintain your living costs, such as buying food, paying house bill, and the vehicle expenses such as paying petrols and other things. So, in conclusion, our salary is conclusion, the minimum salary is never enough for our people, especially for the young people, to save money. So, is there anyone to add their points?
I would like to add on my point, which is lifestyle is one of the reasons why people find it hard to save money. This is because the meaning of lifestyle is how they live their lives, how their life is lived. For example, like what food they buy, what clothing they buy, and how expensive their house living is. Like if a person has a low salary but they want to live an extravagant lifestyle, they will have a very hard time in living due to the fact that if they were to buy expensive things such as food, clothing, and house expenses, they will have a hard time in living because of their low salary. How can they even buy that in the first place? Why would they do something that they like rather than something that they need? So, in my opinion, I feel like people nowadays should listen and rather firstly do something that they need. Like, for example, food that is important. Don't buy food that are like very expensive and like something that they like, rather something that they need and for their life. If you follow this, your life would be very way better than you were before, rather when you listen to your likings. Anything you'd like to add?
Well, maybe, perhaps you are right. As far as I'm concerned, cost of living is also a reason why do some people find it hard to save money. Okay, in layman terms, cost of living is the amount of money needed to cover expenses such as housing, taxes, healthcare and food in a certain area in a certain period of time. Cost of living is often used to compare how expensive is to live in one city compared to another. As we all know, high busy cities or urban areas have a high cost of living compared to outskirts or suburban areas. Therefore, even though people living in cities or urban areas, they earn a high amount of salary compared to people living in the outskirts, because due to their high cost of living, they tend to spend more for their basic needs such as groceries, housing and healthcare. So imagine spending a major part of your salary just for your basic needs and having barely enough money for saving for your future. So as an example, we all know Kuala Lumpur city has a high cost of living compared to other suburban areas. So people living in Kuala Lumpur often complain that they don't have enough money for savings because due to the high housing rents and many more. Therefore, they tend to work another job, an extra job or part-time job to cover their expenses for saving. So to sum up my point, a high cost of living is also a major reason contributing to why people find it hard to save money. So anyone want to add up on this point?
I would like to sum up our discussion we'll be doing today. Firstly, we had poor budgeting from candidate A, which was that if you had a poor budget, if you don't know how to budget properly according to your salary, you will have a very hard time, and that's why you should try to follow your budget and try to buy things that you need. Secondly, we had low salary. According to candidate B, low salary in Malaysia nowadays is around 1,500 and below. Therefore, the low salary that we have in Malaysia, like the lowest salary we have in Malaysia in average is very low. Therefore, we should try to follow according to that salary and try to buy stuff that is important and cheap. Next, we have lifestyle, which is my point, which is that lifestyle is basically how you live, what you eat, what you wear, how you live in your house, how much your house costs. So basically, try to follow your lifestyle according to your salary. That way, life will be much easier and way more balanced. Finally, we had from candidate D, the cost of living. The cost of living varies according to places, such as urban is way more higher compared to like if you're on the outskirts, like if you're in the far away anywhere. So if you go to the right place, you should be able to follow your budget according to your cost of living.
We have come to the end of the discussion. All of us have agreed that lifestyle is the major reason why people find it hard to save money. This is because lifestyle, even though people earn a low salary, but they tend to live beyond their means. So therefore, people who tend to live beyond their means must try to control their expenditure, like such as downsize their house. Instead of a luxury big house, they should try to live in a smaller house where the rent is lower, and they can also cancel their unused subscriptions such as Netflix, Amazon Prime and many more. So, what is your opinion about this? Do you agree with our conclusion today?
I agree that lifestyle is the main reason on why some people find it hard to save money. Because, for example, some people want to look, luxury and safety in front of others. So they will spend a lot of money on luxury things just to keep up with the trend. Other than that, they will use a Grab or maybe a taxi rather than public transportation like bus or train to go to their desired destination. By having this lifestyle, it will be hard for them to save some money. So anyone would like to add some points?
I would like to add on. I agree with you about your conclusion on the fact that lifestyle is like the one that plays the major role in why people have a hard time to save money. This is because the reason why people want to have a luxurious lifestyle is because of, as you said, trends. People would like to the best brands. They would like to buy everything based on what people are wearing, what they are eating nowadays. Like for example, there are brands that are very expensive clothing such as Gucci, Rolex, and many more. So to avoid from this happening, we should try to not buy very expensive brands. Rather buy things that are created from in Malaysia, local from Malaysia. This is because local things tend to be way more cheap compared to brand stuff from other countries. So that's why I feel like people should try to see more, try to care, how do I say it? Try to care, know that the fact that many local stuff is way more cheaper because they are closer, they are exports which are cheaper, and yeah. What would you like to add, Captain?
I have nothing to add.
Okay, thank you all for your valuable contributions. We will end our discussion. Thank you.